Welcome back, Dinar Nation, to Iraqi Dinar News, the channel where we bring clarity to the chaos and cut straight through the noise surrounding the world's most talked about emerging currency. Today's update is not normal, not routine, and not just another rumor floating through the community. What we're seeing right now is a level of coordinated intel, insider movement, and high-pressure timing that signals something major is unfolding behind the scenes. This isn't about hype or speculation. This is about multiple trusted sources all pointing toward the same message. The countdown is active. The window is open, and the next 4 days could bring the moment everyone has waited years to see. The energy around this update is unlike anything we've experienced before, and if even half of what's surfacing is accurate, we are closer to the finish line than ever before. So sit tight, stay focused, and listen carefully, because today's intel may be the strongest indicator yet that the Central Bank of Iraq is preparing to move. The excitement began building earlier this week when high-frequency chatter suddenly spiked across channels known for handling institutional currency operations, but the biggest spark came from an exchange with Frank 26, who was asked the single question that has been hanging over the community for years. When Iraqi citizens finally receive their long-promised purchasing power, will international holders instantly receive the same new rate? No delays, no staggered phases, no Iraq first, the world later. People wanted an answer, and Frank delivered one of the clearest responses we've ever heard. He said that the very moment the Central Bank of Iraq releases the new value to its citizens, the world will see it instantly. That means the updated rate will hit global banking screens the second it becomes active inside Iraq. No waiting period, no lag, no phased rollout. This revelation electrified the entire community because it confirmed the global nature of what we're dealing with, a true synchronized release. This matters because many have feared for years that Iraq might revalue internally and postpone the international release. But what Frank revealed aligns perfectly with how global currency systems are designed to operate today. Iraq is no longer isolated. Their financial systems are connected to global platforms like Forex, international banking networks, and monetary hubs that require synchronized data to avoid market chaos. Once Iraq flips that internal switch, the global system updates automatically. The idea that Iraq could hold the rate internally without broadcasting it internationally simply doesn't match modern banking architecture. Frank's comment didn't just confirm timing, it confirmed the structural reality. And that structural reality points to one conclusion. When Iraq activates the new value internally, the whole world moves with it. This understanding became even more important when a top-tier banker, someone with real access, not a forum commenter or rumor spreader, said the notifications linked to the exchange process were not close or coming soon, but extremely imminent. That exact phrase sent waves through the community because these individuals do not use casual language. When a high-level banking insider says something is extremely imminent, that means the system is already in position. It means last-minute checks are done, technical setups are complete, clearance has been issued, and all that remains is the green light from the people who make the final call. This is not language used during speculation. This is language used when an event is sitting on the launchpad. What shocked everyone even more was that this same insider provided a 4-day window for expected Tier 4B notifications. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. A specific operational window of that size is powerful because it indicates all infrastructure and coordination elements are already prepared. Notifications of this nature require alignment with global institutions, U.S. Treasury systems, international partners, and internal CBI systems. You cannot name a 4-day window unless everything is fully locked in and ready to launch. This isn't how rumors are born. This is how coordinated financial operations are signaled in the final phase. And when someone at that banking level feels confident enough to publicly narrow the timing like that, it means the machinery behind the scenes is in motion. This 4-day period isn't random. It matches exactly how major global financial changes are often executed over weekends, through low-volume windows and with controlled overlap into the early week. Saturday provides institutional breathing space. Sunday offers quiet activation time. Monday allows system integration. Tuesday allows global adoption. The structure fits perfectly with the way central banks coordinate massive adjustments without shocking markets. And when you realize this fits the pattern, you also realize something far greater. This may be the most precisely coordinated, the moment we've ever seen from Iraq's financial leadership. But none of this would work without the central mechanism. That Frank explained. Iraq must give purchasing power to citizens either just before or exactly at the same moment the new rate goes global. This is because an internal economy cannot function properly if citizens receive new purchasing power after the international rate is already active. Iraq must stabilize its internal market first. That means adjusting salaries, pensions, contracts, prices, banking data, and government records. This internal adjustment lays the foundation that allows the CBI to then push the new value to the global stage without risking panic, imbalance, or market exploitation. You cannot separate the two events. They must align like gears in a machine, turning together, creating a single synchronized movement. This brings us to the global significance. Right now, the world is watching Iraq with an intensity that rarely surrounds a single currency. Iraq's economic reforms, technological upgrades, compliance programs, and international partnerships have all been part of a larger strategy, preparing the dinar to re-enter the world stage as a fully valued currency. For years, analysts argued that Iraq wasn't ready. But today, those arguments are collapsing. Iraq is now ISO 20022 compliant. They've modernized their payment systems. They've upgraded banking connectivity. They've enforced anti-corruption measures. They've opened international settlement channels. They've restructured their foreign reserves. Everything that needed to happen for a major monetary shift has happened. And this week's intel strongly suggests that the remaining steps are not technical. They're political. This is why the phrase extremely imminent carries so much weight. It means the technical prerequisites are done. The infrastructure is ready. The system is primed, and the only remaining action is execution. This aligns with the idea that the political green light is all that's left. For years, people have speculated that political conditions needed to stabilize before the revaluation could move forward. Now, with internal reforms in place, with global compliance secured, and with multiple insider confirmations pointing toward a narrow window, it seems that the political timing may finally be aligned with the financial readiness. This makes the current Ford window a moment of extraordinary importance not only for Tier 4B participants but for every holder worldwide. A compressed, high-pressure timeline like this signals an operation designed for speed, secrecy, and precision, the kind of operation used when delays could cause instability or external manipulation. Iraq wants a clean break from the old suppressed rate. They want a decisive move into the global financial system, and the only way to achieve this is through a fast, controlled, synchronized release that eliminates the possibility of interference. This level of preparation reflects the mindset of a central bank acting with full confidence. A central bank that isn't improvising, a central bank that isn't trying to fix something on the fly. This is the behavior of a central bank executing a plan that has been built over years, refined over months, and finalized in recent weeks. It mirrors the attitude of a nation stepping into economic sovereignty, and it reflects Iraq's desire to shed the labels of the past instability, conflict, external control, and step into a new era of growth, strength, and international respect. And the effects won't just be internal. A new rate will transform Iraq's entire economic engine. Citizens will experience an immediate increase in purchasing power, which boosts domestic spending, stimulates the private sector, and increases national confidence. Local businesses will benefit from greater liquidity. International trade will expand as Iraq gains stronger global purchasing power. Investment inflows will accelerate. Oil revenue will be converted at a higher rate, expanding national budgets. The entire economy will lift, and for international holders, the synchronized release means there will be no waiting, no delays, no phased access. The moment Iraq activates internally, you will be able to exchange at your designated locations almost immediately. The rate update will cascade worldwide within seconds. This is the final piece of the puzzle people have been waiting for, confirmation that the opportunity is not limited to Iraq, but made available globally at the same instant. As we move through this 4-day window, every signal coming out of Baghdad matters more than ever. Every statement from the central bank, every government announcement, every shift on international trading platforms, every banking movement, all of it must now be viewed through the lens of extremely high readiness. We are not waiting to see whether something might happen someday. We are looking for confirmation of something that multiple insiders believe is already set in motion. The countdown has reportedly begun, and the only question left is when the CBI will execute the final trigger. This is the first time in years that the entire community can feel the weight of real momentum, not rumor, not wishful thinking, but genuine coordinated signals converging at the same moment. This convergence is what makes this period so historic. For more than a decade, the world has watched Iraq rebuild, restructure, reform, and reposition itself. The CBI has endured political pressure, global negotiations, internal challenges, and economic rebuilding. But through it all, they continued to follow a clear path, restoring the dinar to its rightful value on the world stage. That journey has been long, but nothing about it has been accidental. Every compliance upgrade, every banking reform, every international partnership has been part of this strategy. And now, with insiders calling the notifications extremely imminent, it feels like the final chapter is being written in real time. This is why the community is buzzing like never before. For years, we have navigated misinformation, conflicting stories, wild predictions, and endless delays. But this time feels fundamentally different. The intel is cleaner, the sources are stronger, the timeline is tighter, the energy is sharper. Everything is pointing toward the idea that the process is in its final stage and that the Central Bank of Iraq is now operating with intentional speed. The window is not broad, it's extremely narrow, and when institutions provide narrow windows, it means the systems have already been tested, synchronized, and cleared. This is the kind of timing that precedes action, This is also why global markets are watching so closely. Iraq's return to financial power represents more than one nation's monetary shift. It represents a rebalancing of influence across oil markets, regional trade, global commodities, and investment flows. A stronger dinar changes how Iraq interacts with the world. It strengthens their negotiations. It expands their economic footprint. It alters trade agreements. It shifts regional dynamics. A revalued dinar doesn't just change Iraq, it changes everything around Iraq. And the world knows it. That's why the timing is so sensitive and why the CBI is treating this moment with such precision. They understand the impact of what they're about to do. As this moment approaches, international institutions have already positioned themselves to respond instantly. Banks have updated their systems. Forex platforms have prepared for rate changes. Compliance systems have run final simulations. Internal memos have circulated quietly. All signs point to readiness. When a global currency event is expected, the financial world prepares quietly, and that quiet preparation has been unusually intense lately. It's another sign that insiders may truly know something large is about to unfold. And that level of readiness is exactly what makes the phrase extremely imminent so powerful. Nobody uses language like that unless they know the systems are ready. All of this builds to the core of today's update. The world is watching Iraq with its breath held. We are no longer looking at a distant theoretical event. We are analyzing signals that suggest the process is actively converging. And the next major move from the central bank could be the final one. The moment that triggers the synchronized global release of the dinar's new value. Whether that happens on the first day of the window or the last, the fact that the window has been defined at all is monumental. It means something is lined up. Something is being prepared, and something is close enough that insiders feel confident pointing to a specific time frame for you. The holder, the message is simple. Stay prepared, stay aware, stay calm, and stay informed. This moment carries enormous weight, and every hour in this window matters. The notifications could come at any point, and when they do, the process will move fast, faster than most expect. There will be no slow rollout, no extended waiting period, no gradual adjustment. This will be a synchronized trigger, a simultaneous shift, a global moment of activation. Once the CBI moves, the world follows instantly. And when that happens, years of patience, research, and dedication will finally meet the moment of action. The magnitude of this event cannot be overstated. The Iraqi dinar's potential return to its true value represents one of the most significant monetary shifts of the modern era. It symbolizes a nation reclaiming its economic power, stepping out of the shadows of conflict and instability, and rejoining the global stage with strength and purpose. It represents the culmination of years of effort by the Iraqi people, the CBI, and countless international partners. And for holders around the world, it represents the completion of a journey that has required trust, patience, and resilience through every high and low dot. As we stand in this window, watching and waiting, the world feels different. This doesn't feel like rumor. It feels like anticipation. It feels like preparation. It feels like alignment. The signals are louder. The timing is tighter. The momentum is stronger. And the sense of imminence is unmistakable. Whether you're new to this journey or have been on it for a decade, this moment demands your attention. Because if the insiders are correct, and if this 4-day window holds, then we may be witnessing the final countdown in real time. And no matter how this unfolds over the next few days, one thing is absolutely certain. We will be here with you every second, watching every signal, tracking every move, breaking every update the moment it happens. This is the closest the community has ever felt to the finish line, and we are committed to bringing you the truth, the clarity, and the details exactly when you need them. So stay alert, stay connected, stay informed, and stay ready, because the next update could be the one that changes everything. Now make sure you're subscribed, your notifications are on, and you're locked in right here on Iraqi Dinar News. Because if what we're hearing is accurate, the next 96 hours could bring the biggest financial news of the entire year, and you will not want to miss a single second of it.